Rightio. Since I haven't done a deck list like this for a couple of weeks, the obvious exception being the Gaga Dark Magic list I did on the Dueling Network, I thought might as well throw one of these in. Obviously I'm going to be doing this, and then when the Photon Shockwave box shows up, I'm going to do that. That would be my 50th video. So yeah, nothing much more to add for that ridiculously stupid intro. Doing my Blue Eyes deck, which is basically just a shape-shifting form of what was my Disaster Anime Dragon, what my Dragon deck, with the, you know what I mean. I did a deck list for the Dragon deck once before. If it goes back to Disaster Anime Dragon, it will be updated. And this here is one of the forms of my hero deck, which at the moment it's Manga Jaden. So we'll be going through that. Now what should we go for first? And we'll flip a coin. Heads I do that first, tails I do that first. Tails. So I'm going to do... Yes, it landed on tails just like that. So I guess I'm doing Manga Jaden first. I know it's stupid, I probably shouldn't have done it on YouTube. I'm basically just thinking straight off at the top of my head. It's kind of obvious, but meh. Here we go. We got our Anime Jaden deck list, and go. We got, hopefully we can see that clearly enough, it's 2 Elemental Hero Woodsman. Obviously a really nice card, goes into the ace of this deck, which would be Terra Firma, of course. Allows you to search poly. 2 Elemental Heroes Ocean. Always good to bring back cards from grave or from the field, add them back to your hand. Stratos being a really good target. Speak of the Devil, obviously generic searching. Heat and Lady Heat, both of which do something with a number 200. Multiplied by the number of heroes. Lady Heat burns the opponent for 200. Heat gains 200 attack for each hero on the field. Ice Edge did have it at 2. I put it to 1 just yesterday when another batch of my cards showed up. So it's now down to 1. Nice to get in a nice little poke for 800 by using its effect. Nosp just in there for just to fit the main theme of the deck, really. It's a Manga Jaden card. Voltec, this is what came in favour of the second Ice Edge. Specials summons a hero that's been banished if it hits for battle damage. Obviously, it's not a likely thing to happen since it only has 1,000 points, but it could happen. Flash, I probably wouldn't. I would never throw Flash into a deck other than this, since it is Manga Jaden. Sorry. You remove this plus 3 Elemental Hero monsters from your graveyard. They all have to be different names, and you can target a normal spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. The only good thing that you can do is, if you've already used the Parallel World Fusion, you can get rid of 4. You can get rid of a group of heroes, and then you can use Parallel World and go into something big. Avian, he used this in a flashback duel against his mentor, who used to run all these like manga based cards, which is why Avian's in here. We also have both Thinatrix. They basically are all just the generic anime version materials. So we've got Clayman, and we have Sparkman. We have Wildheart, because I believe he did use Wildheart at some certain point in the manga. Same thing with the Sparkman. Sparkman he also used in the in that flashback duel, which he went, yeah. And then there's Bubbleman. I'm pretty sure he used this as well in that flashback duel. Thought I might throw them in there just to give it a sort of an anime-ish taste to it. Winged Kuribo, doesn't matter whether it's Manga Jaden or Anime Jaden, any Jaden deck must run a Winged Kuribo. And 2 King of the Swamp, Polysearch. Alright, spells. Hero's Bond, If I got a hero on the field, I can drop 2 more out of my hand. Double mask change to go into the masked heroes, obviously. 2 parallel world fusion. He used this in the manga only, though. It would have been pretty cool if he was able to use that in the anime as well. But who's to say that he didn't have it in the anime, you know? 2 miracle fusion. Another one that you would just have to throw into either deck, because miracle fusion's just it's a hero staple, really. Triple polymerization, fusion staple. Reinforcement of the army. One searching card that he did use in the manga, didn't use it in the anime though. Staples, which are Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. Traps, Terra Firma Gravity, which works with Terra Firma, forces all the opponent's level 4 or lower monsters to attack it when your opponent's in their battle phase. 2 hero signals. Obviously getting out another hero. Called Haunted. Torrential Tribute, staple. Mirror Force, another staple, so that's that for that main deck of that. Rounds out to 40. The extra deck consists of Terra Firma, Jaden's ace, just like Nails is in the anime. Inferno, the combination of heat and lady heat, so it's another transvestite-like thing. I don't know. Picks up an extra 1,000 attack when it battles a water monster. Nova Master, obviously easy to go into by using the same fusion materials. Extra draw power. Double Great Tornado. This may be one of the first to get cut down to 1, to be honest, if I can get my hands on the shiny and Executed Owl. 2 Gaias. Obviously the monster version of Ryoku. Double Absolute Zero. Oh, just cannot give that thing enough praise. Flame Wingman, which he did use in that flashback duel, and so too did he use Thunder Giant. They were the only 2 fusions he used in that flashback game against his mentor. Then there is Double Vapor and Double Goka, Masked Heroes. Oh, whoops. I shall just pause for a second. Okay, apologies for that. My cousin decided to show up. Alright. That's about it for... That was pretty much it for the Manga Jaden deck. Just trying to put my mind back into the situation that is the deck lists. We now have the Blue Eyes, Blue Eyes deck. Really. Start off with Shining. Obvious. It's pretty standard. I think, I wouldn't call Shining maybe a staple, even though it is a Blue Eyes monster, because it's a bit tricky to get into. But I've got one, so I thought I'm gonna run it because it's an awesome dragon. 3 Blue Eyes White dragons, staple in a Blue Eyes deck. You cannot run any less than 3. Also a staple, Triple White Stone of Legend. And what can I say? Search Blue Eyes, tuning support, blah 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 blah. Triple Mask Dragon, searching out itself, white stones or totems. I've got a third one on the way. I'm probably going to put it in here at some point. I plan to have the build, any of my 3 builds having a place set of these, because they are just good. I think they're at their best being played at 3s. Double Luster Dragon, my favourite level 4 dragon in the game, or favourite level 4 monster in the game, to be honest. It is probably going to get taken out if I can get some Alexandrite dragons. I might be able to pull maybe 1 in the box. Do Vanguard of the Dragon. I wouldn't call this a staple either, but it's a very good card for something like Blue Eyes and, of course, Red Eyes. You can ditch a dragon from your hand to give this thing 300 attack. So we'll go ditch Stone, get the Blue Eyes to hand, and then when it gets sent to the grave by the opponent's card effect, you can pick a dragon, normal monster from either player's graveyard and special summon it. Bring back Blue Eyes. Delta Flyer, it's standard synchroing. Mirage Dragon. I did have a Magna Drago in here, but I decided to take it out just as an extra, to up my light count. Not for honest or anything, but you know, Axe Dragon Ute, basically the same purpose as Mirage Dragon, except for dark types, dark attributes. Ice Dragon, special summon option, can trip it off for the next monster in this list, which is Prime Material. Haven't really, I've heard that this isn't going to be as useful as it was about a format ago, but it's still one of my favourite dragons, so I'm going to run it. It's useful. And Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, just a fun tech, and yes, it's a ghost rare. I got it yesterday. I got to tell you, when I said, I probably said something that like videos and pictures don't do these things justice. It's the same thing with the Galaxy Eyes. I know it's coming a little bit off topic, but it really does sparkle. It's very nice. But yeah, Galaxy Eyes is a fun tech. Spells, Dragon's Mirror, going into the 5-headed or Blue Eyes Ultimate, obviously. Future Fusion, just an excuse to dump 5 dragons in the grave. Polymerization in case I need it. 2-pot. I do have a third one. If I put this back into Disaster Anime Dragon, there will be 3. It will be played at 3. Double Summon, another nice little tech, because I can use this, drop a Titan Dragon, and then go straight into Blue Eyes, or I can use it to get 2 material monsters out and go straight into a quick synchro. Burial to return banished dragons. Double MST for macro hate. Storm, Darkhole, Reborn, Stables. Traps. Dragon's Rage, which sharpens the claws and teeth of all my dragons and gives them more piercing ability. Return from the different dimension. While I have my 3 Blue Eyes in the grey that are banished, I'll just drop this, pay out my life points, and I have what is essentially an OTK. 7 tools to get rid of pesky traps. Solemn Judgment to get rid of pesky just about anything. Aside from monster effects, Solemn Judgment can't stop monster effects. Yeah. And then we finish up with Call, Torrential, and Mirror Force, which are the standard state, which probably, I don't really think they're that much, they're that standard as a staple set in terms of traps, but I usually use them anyways. Extra deck. 1 5-headed dragon, and it's probably going to be the norm now, since I can fill up room with other stuff. Blue Eyes Ultimate, if I can get a second one, I'll probably take something out to put that in whenever I do go into this form. Red Nova, it's not that hard to go into. I can just go Delta along with a White Stone and a Red Dragon Archfiend to go into it. Trident Dragon, I got this a couple of days after searching 2 freaking years for it. It's arguably my favourite dragon synchro in the game. Trishula, enough said, we all know about it. Stardust, again, enough said, because we know too much about it. Red Dragon Archfiend. Black Winged Dragon, probably just to fill up room really, since I have an Exploded Dragon Wing on the way, and this is likely to come out for it. Dark End Dragon. And its polar opposite, Late End Dragon. I had before I put the Mirage Dragon in here, the only thing I could do to go into this was to use Magna Drago and Prime Material to go into this. But now I can just use Delta Fly with the Mirage Dragon and leave Prime Material to go up a level and then go into Trident Dragon if I want. Black Rose, or as I like to call it, the Akiza Bomb. Ancient Fairy Dragon. It's very useful. Have to use her, really. 2 Iron Chains. Again, these are just filling up room. If I can get an Iron Dragon will replace one of them, and the other one's likely to get replaced by a Thunder End Dragon if I can get my hands on it. Lastly, Leviathan Dragon. And with that out of the way, that is that for this deck list video. This is the first time I've ever done 2 deck lists in the one video. I know they're not very... They're a pair of decks that I've been wanting to do deck lists for. They're really good decks as well. At least in my opinion they are. There's not much more to add for this one. This is it for the deck list video. Next video, since it is the 50th, will be the Photon Shockwave box, so that could come as late as it could come sometime next week. It could shop tomorrow. Could be any time, but yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for that one. Until then, see you later.